What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us today. Happy Thursday. The long holiday weekend's almost here. Columbus Day weekend. Don and I are out enjoying a beautiful October morning. We had a pretty decent morning. A lot of perch, some good ones, a lot of little ones, and a couple, 2 or 3 walleyes, one keeper. We went and fished the North Shore this morning off the big drop off there, and had a great screen. This morning, first thing, Don was fishing a Johnson silver minnow blade, and that first drift we made, it wasn't much of a drift because it was so calm. The lake was slick. There was no breeze whatsoever, and it was every single cast for him. It was first cast was a walleye, and then it was a whole string of perch, and it tapered off as the morning went along. Now, we weren't fishing perch, we weren't fishing bait, we were fishing for walleyes. We were jigging various things. I had him on a Northland silver, blue, and black puppet minnow, a PMD 4. Don had him on that Johnson thin fisher blade. I never did fish a blade this morning. My shoulder just, I didn't fish the jigging Rap very long either. My shoulder just wouldn't do it. So I've been tossing a swim bait here just because I don't have to jig. I can just straight reel it. But water temp still right at that 58 degree mark, 58.2 this morning in every spot we checked, deep and shallow. Sorry, we only fished 2 spots. Don wanted to see Hump Island, so we're on Hump Island right now, but we just only came over here to make a few casts and film the morning report. We left the dock, we left my house at 6:45. Air temp was 44 degrees, my lucky number. The solar lunar table said it was going to be an average day today. It was 42%, which is up dramatically because the last 2 days it's been 16%. Tomorrow it says 72%. It's supposed to be a good day tomorrow, although this cold front's coming in tonight. So we'll see. You know, this whole solar lunar deal is a new experience for me, and I'm going to pay attention to it in correlation to how things transpire and how the fishing goes. But I can tell you, and I've said it before, like, for me, it won't preclude me from going fishing in one morning. If it could say 0%, I'm still going. Whether you catch something or not is irrelevant. But now we've got it's very light and variable. It was a little northeast, even though it said southwest or southeast originally. We got out here, it was flat, then it picked up a little other northeast, then it went east, and it's kind of east-northeast right now. I can feel it on the back of my neck. Again, the lake's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be gorgeous until that cold front, and what little rain we're going to get isn't supposed to hit till after dark tonight. So that shouldn't affect anything. So right here on the very top, you see some of these big patches of weed, but that's because we're right on the main top is right to our left, and this is the little knuckle that sits off this side. I'm just showing Don some of the features of one of my favorite late fall winter spots. The smallmouth and the walleye both live on this hump, as they do on a lot of places, but this hasn't really even got good for me yet. It will. This was where I fished the very last day of my season last year, December 22nd, and caught smallmouth and walleye on this same hump in 35 degree water, in 10 foot deep, and they were still up on here feeding. So, but it hasn't turned on for me yet. I haven't fished it a ton. So Columbus Day weekend, if you're going to the Salmon River, be prepared. It's the busiest weekend of the year up there. I was going to try and head up there this morning before the real crowd showed up, but I wasn't able to swing it. So we came out here. We were a little, I don't want to say hungover, but a little food comatose. We went to see our very good friend Paul Messina down at his amazing restaurant, a Pizza Regionale in Syracuse. For those of you that don't know, it's directly across the street from Dinosaur Barbecue. And everybody in Syracuse knows the Dinosaur. But man, we had, so John and Linda Burrows, John Jiggenrap Burrows, you know, everybody knows the famous John Jiggenrap. They're heading to Florida here next week. So this was the last time all three couples could get together and have dinner. And man, we had a lot of fun. We busted John's balls pretty hard about his missed giant walleye with the net up in the St. Lawrence. And we had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. And Paul just kept bringing out food. And then after dinner drink, if you go see Paul, ask him for the cherry after dinner drink. I forget what he said the name of it was, but it was like an aperitif, and then there was a like a candied cherry down in the bottom, not a maraschino. This thing was incredible. I had fresh figs for the first time in my life because the special pizza, because they only come into season for 2 weeks around here, and it was Courtney ordered it. It was fig, some kind of crazy awesome cheese, and some sort of like a prosciutto on there, or a speck I think it was, and man, it was delicious. Oh my God. You know, I've never had a bad bite of food there ever, but you know, it's just amazing how good it was. So if you guys are in Syracuse or have a chance to go, it's like no other pizza you've ever had, and it's awesome. It really is awesome. So thanks, Paul, for that. And Monday morning, we're going to do something that I have yet to do. Paul and I are taking his young son, Sam, out. We're going to go perch fishing, and I'm going to keep fish. We're going to keep enough for lunch. We're going to go back to my house. We're going to fillet them, and we're going to cook them shore lunch style for his son. Sammy's young. I don't know, 10 years old maybe, give or take.
Yeah.
So we're going to do Monday morning, Columbus Day. We're going to catch perch. We're going to fillet them. I'll show you guys how I do it. Not that everybody doesn't know how to fillet perch, but I'll show you how I do it. And then we're going to have lunch, and I'll show you how I do a fish fry. You know, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that's something fun that we're going to do on Monday. We're going to be all set up with drop shot rigs and fathead minnows, and these perch don't stand a chance come Monday morning. And Sammy's gonna lay the smack down on some big yellows. So that's what we got coming up. I'm not quite sure. I probably will be here all weekend. I know we're gonna go. Courtney wants to go down to Beacon Skiff on Saturday, and then we're gonna take a ride up through the Adirondacks on Sunday, because the leave should be right about at peak. Bring the fishing rods with us in case we see any interesting water that needs to be fished, and have a great weekend. You know, weekend's in sight, so make sure you guys have something fun planned. Syracuse is on a bye this week, so there's no football game. Then we got Clemson coming up, I think. Clemson or NC State, one of the two. But all right, that's our day. We had fun this morning. Bent the rod, you know, had a few fish, had a nice walleye, which was the first one for me, and I think that was my first keeper in 3 or 4 days. So that was pretty cool. All jigging, and we're ready for the fall jig bite. I mean, it's coming with every passing day. So be ready. Be ready. It's time. Get out here. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for all your support. Thanks for all your positive vibes. Love you guys. And as always, keep your tip up.